got the doctor in front of your name.
Going back to what you were saying, so like you gave this, you were able to coach B Simone through this particular moment, and I wonder, like, did you ever have any experiences where a comedian was telling you, like, look, you need to do this better, or like gave you that moment?
Man, George Wallace cursed me out so bad.
Really?
Ooh,
What was that like?
I was scared. I'm not, and George Wallace is about 6'3" or 6'4".
Oh, word.
And that was back in the 90s. George Wallace was built up like my granddad. Like what? Nah, George Wallace, like, don't you ever go behind me, and because once the headliner
Right.
go off stage, then you just go up and say, hey, thank y'all for coming out. Here's who's coming next week. You don't go up and perform
Close the show.
They close the show. I didn't know any better. I'm trying to show that I'm do my thing. Man, George Wallace said, I made one phone call, your career be over.
Oh.
And then, you know what's so funny? George Wallace is one of my best friends to this day. He trying so hard to act like he don't remember that. I don't remember. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I didn't say that. I don't know what you're talking about. And by the way, you're ugly. You ain't funny.
But we need those like career defining moments to help keep us in line.
Absolutely. I remember I got sent home one night. I didn't actually get sent home. He just told me, Steve told me to wear a suit tomorrow because you need to start dressing better. And I brought him up on stage, and I peeled out of that parking lot and went and changed clothes right then. I'm not waiting till tomorrow. I got those. I took it serious.
Clothes in the car?
No, I drove all the way across town, went back to my little apartment, pulled out a suit, and I was running out there because I had to get back to close the show. So I had I had at least 45, maybe 50 minutes. And man, in the minute I ran in that comedy club, he was saying, thank y'all, good night. And when I came back up on stage with that suit on, he gave me a look and he took me serious. And that led to me doing some shows with the Kings of Comedy. And it led to me having my own morning show, which I got from him, that was passed from him. The morning show that I had was passed from Steve. So sometimes, absolutely, I got cursed out before I got the radio show. Steve was like, you need to come to Dallas. I'm like, nah, I just bought a house in Birmingham. And his bodyguard, Boomerang, called me back. He said, if you don't have your ASS on that plane by tomorrow, we ain't blanking with you no more. And he hung up in my face. And I got on a plane and flew to Dallas the next day, and I cried all the way because I felt change. I felt like I was going to end up with that position. I was like, I had just got custody of my son, and how was I going? I had to figure all of that out. But I went and I got the job, and that being on the radio in Dallas expanded just in, to me being on the radio everywhere. We got syndicated. And and if I had not made that decision or whatever, and ended up with the decision that was more comfortable, because the state, getting out of your comfort zone. Oh, we can have a whole nother conversation about that.
Yeah.
Because if I would have went to work for that company where it was more comfortable, I would have made less money, and they ended up firing all of the people that worked there anyway.
Wow.
That's true. I went over here, and in order to, you have to go in order to grow. You know what I mean? Get out of your comfort zone. Yeah, because a plant that's in the house, you can go and grab and pull that plant up, but you can't do that with a tree out in your backyard, because that tree is dealing with fall, it's dealing with the spring, it's dealing with the winter and all of the elements. And you can't see that plant on Google, but if you zoom in close enough, you can see that particular tree. And sometimes you have to go and get out of your comfort zone in order to grow. That's real talk. And I'm telling you from experience. I went to Dallas, my grandmother had died. I went to Dallas, like, where am I going to eat Sunday dinner? That meant a lot, going over your grandmother's house after church, having Sunday dinner, and God was like, okay, you just go over here to South Dallas Cafe or whatever. And I went in there. I'll never forget walking in there. And the lady that worked there was like, don't worry about nothing. We're going to give you your meal for free, and welcome to Dallas. We love you. And every single senior citizen that was at those tables looked like a splitting image of my grandmother and grandfather. And I had some oxtails, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and cornbread, and was happy. And everybody was hugging on me and was nice to see, nice to see you. Like, it was like God was like, here's where you belong. You got a lot of work to do. We got some things for you to do in the community. And this is a stepping stone for you to go to the next level. Man, I can do a whole book on just that.
We waiting for it. I'm over here about to have a whole Baptist fit because you're preaching about like just operating outside of your comfort zone in order to experience the growth that God has for us.
Yeah, it's resistance.
Yeah.
You know, it's resistance. Resistance is what makes you stronger. And don't think it wasn't easy when I got to Delta. I dealt with a lot of adversity. I had a program director that was working against me, and I dealt with a lot of stuff. I had to learn a certain level of professionalism. I remember getting suspended for something. Got into it with somebody at the station, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna let you just take a couple of days off." And I remember one time I was going to quit, and Tom Joyner had found out, and he came over there and got in my face. He said, "Let me tell you something." He said, "Don't nobody walk away from no job." He said, you need to calm down. And I understand you want to be an activist, but you got to deal with certain stuff. I'll never forget that. And I'm still close to Tom to this day. Whenever I'm in Florida, I always go over his house like a little kid and just be happy to swim in the swimming pool in his backyard.
I love that.
While he sit up there and drink that 1849 and smoke a little something. But yeah, man, all of that stuff that I went through just made me a better businessman, made me better at business, making business decisions, and I'm just real careful as to how I manage and handle certain things.
You got the doctor in front of your name.